Welcome to Yin Yoga for the hips and the heart to release and renew. We'll start in a comfortable seat with our hands resting on the tops of our knees, facing down for more grounding energy or up for more uplifting energy, whatever resonates best with you today. Taking a minute to bring ourselves to the present moment, forgetting about whatever happened before and whatever we have to do after, allowing ourselves to just be. Fully inhaling and fully exhaling to release any tension. To open our hearts, first we must release what is no longer serving us. In Eastern philosophies, the hips are often referred to as the junk drawer of the body, storing all the unprocessed emotions burdening our hearts. This sequence helps us to release so that we may feel renewed and open to love. Before we get started, we'll take a moment here to set our intention for our practice through affirmations, saying these words quietly or out loud to yourself. I release self-criticism and self-doubt. I release and let go of all resentment. Love is my guiding truth, and I follow it. Take a few moments here to set any other intentions that you'd like to for your practice. Thinking about anything specifically you might need to release, or whatever you'd like to invite in. And whenever you're ready, gently blink your eyes open and we will start today's practice. Starting in our resting pose, lying on our back or our stomachs, whatever feels most comfortable for you, we'll bring our awareness to our bodies. How are you feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Take this time to check in with yourself. If you are lying on your back, slowly and gently make your way to lying on your stomach, preparing for our open wing pose. We'll start by bringing the right arm directly out from your body. Left foot comes towards your bottom, and on your next inhale, we're rolling towards that open arm, bringing our foot to either stack on top of the other or behind that left thigh, whatever feels most comfortable for you today. Slowly and gently make your way back to the middle of your mat. We're going to hang out here for just a second as our spine realigns and we recover from our open wing on the right side. Letting your head come down to rest on your mat, taking a few deep breaths here as our spine realigns and we reconnect to the breath. Slowly and gently bring your left arm out to the side now. Right foot comes towards our bottom, and on your next inhale, we'll roll up and over towards that open arm. Again, you can stack your feet on top of each other with your legs straight, or bring that foot behind your thigh, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Slowly and gently make your way back to the center of your mat and into your resting pose, lying on your back or your stomach. Slowly and gently make your way to lying on your right side, bringing the left leg forward in a 90-degree angle and the right leg back at a 90-degree angle. We'll reach back with the left arm to grab the right leg, and slowly as we exhale, bring our left shoulder down to our mat into our cat's tail pose. You should feel the stretch in your right hip flexor and also a gentle twist in the spine. Slowly and gently make your way back to the center of your mat, and we'll take just a couple moments here to let our spine realign like last time. Letting your forehead come to rest down on your mat, taking a few deep breaths here as we recenter ourselves. Slowly and gently make your way to lying on your left side now. Our right leg comes forward at a 90-degree angle. Our left leg comes back at a 90-degree angle. Grabbing that left foot with the right arm, and on your next exhale, bringing that right shoulder down to your mat. Slowly and gently make your way back to the center of your mat and into your resting pose, lying on your back or your stomach. Slowly and gently make your way up to a tabletop in the middle of your mat, bringing the knees to the outside edges of our mat. Big toes come behind us to touch as we slowly walk our hands forward into our child's pose. Slowly and gently walk your hands back in towards your body, coming back into our tabletop. Coming into our dragon lunge on the right side by bringing the right foot forward, both hands come to the inside of the foot. You have the option to stay here in our dragon lunge or try out some of the different variations. Remember, you can always come back to this lunge. We'll go through our first variation by using our left arm as a kickstand. Our right hand comes to the inside of that right knee. And on your next exhale, slowly push the right knee away from you. Our right foot comes up on the edge, and our gaze is over the left shoulder. Moving into our next variation by coming back to the middle. Inhale to bring that back foot up towards your bottom, grabbing with the opposite hand. Gaze comes over the back shoulder. You should feel this stretch in your left hip flexor with a gentle twist in the spine. On your next exhale, slowly release your foot back down to your mat, coming back to the center for our final variation. I recommend using a block for this next one to avoid any head or neck tension. Once you've set your block to your desired height, we'll slowly come down onto our elbows and forearms, bringing our forehead to rest on our block and getting deeper into our lunge. Slowly and gently come back up to your lunge, sitting our bottom back towards that heel, straightening the front leg as a little counter stretch. Slowly make your way back to your tabletop, spreading our fingers nice and wide. Our index fingers are going to be pointed towards the front of our mat. Inhale to tuck the toes, exhale to push the hips back into a downward facing dog. If your hamstrings and the back of your legs feel tight here, feel free to walk your dog, alternating between putting one heel down and the other. Coming up on the toes, slowly and gently drop your knees back down to your mat, into your tabletop, straightening the left leg, bringing the left foot forward into our dragon lunge on the other side. Remember, you have the option here to always return to this middle dragon lunge, but we are going to run through the variations on this side as well. Using the right arm as the kickstand this time, bring the left hand to the inside of that left knee. On your next exhale, push the knee outward. Our gaze comes over the right shoulder. Slowly and gently releasing our flying dragon, making our way back to the center. Our right foot comes towards our bottom, grabbing that right foot with our left hand. Gaze comes over the back shoulder for a gentle twist in the spine. On your next exhale, release your foot down to your mat, making your way back to center for our final variation. Setting up our blocks, slowly coming down onto our forearms to get deeper into our dragon lunge. slowly and gently make your way back up to your dragon lunge, sitting your bottom back towards that right heel, straightening the front leg for a little counter stretch. Coming back into our tabletop, fingers spread nice and wide, index fingers pointed towards the front of our mat. Inhale to tuck the toes, exhale to push the hips back into our downward facing dog. Inhale to come up on the toes, slowly and gently dropping our knees down to our mat and coming into our resting pose, lying on our back or our stomach, whatever feels most comfortable for you. If you're on your stomach, slowly make your way to lying on your back, grabbing your block on the way. To find the best distance for your legs, bring your arms flat down on your mat, walking your heels back to meet your fingertips. Once you've done this, inhale to lift through the hips, placing the block underneath your lower back sacrum area. Feel free to play around with the height of your block here. You can either turn one block on its side or stack more than one block on top of each other to make your supported bridge pose as restful or as intense as you'd like it to be. Either way, it's going to help us with releasing that tension in the low back. On your next inhale, lift up through the hips, slowly removing your block and making your way up to a seated position in the middle of your mat. Coming into our square pose, we'll bring the left foot to rest on top of the right knee, while our right foot is underneath the left knee. Again, I recommend using your block to support your head and neck so that we're not holding onto any tension. Inhale, bringing your arms up and behind your back, grabbing the opposite elbow with the opposite hand. And on your next exhale, folding forward to bring your head to rest on your block. This pose not only helps us to return to our center and release stored tension in the hips, but it more importantly helps us seal in all the benefits from our practice today. Slowly and gently make your way back up to a seated position. Now bringing our right foot to stack on top of the left knee, and the left foot comes under the right knee. Positioning our block, inhaling to bring our arms up, grabbing the opposite elbow with the opposite hand. And on your next exhale, folding forward into our square pose on the other side. Slowly and gently release your pose by coming up and making your way to lying on your back for our final resting pose of Shavasana. With your arms resting down by your sides, start to soften the forehead. Release your jaw. Relax your shoulders down through the arms, letting your hands fall open. Relaxing down through the back, letting your hips sink down into your mat. Relaxing down through the legs, letting your feet fall open. Taking this time to appreciate the relaxation that we have cultivated for ourselves today, all the way from our head down to our toes. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body, maybe by wiggling your fingers and your toes, or stretching your arms overhead for a full body stretch. If you'd like to and it feels good for you, pull your knees in towards your chest, rocking back and forth to gently massage the spine, whatever movement feels good for your body. And whenever you're ready, slowly roll over onto your right side. And we'll hang out here for just a moment to let that last little bit of yin energy sink in. I recommend not skipping this, just like I recommend not skipping Shavasana. Slowly and gently make your way back to a comfortable seat with your eyes still closed, and we'll close out today's practice by revisiting our intention. Resting your hands on the tops of your knees, facing down for more grounding energy or up for more uplifting energy, whatever resonates best with you today. Ground down through the sit bones, tall through the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. Fully inhaling and fully exhaling to release any remaining tension. Repeating these words out loud or quietly to yourself. I release self-criticism and self-doubt. I release and let go of all resentment. Love is my guiding truth, and I follow it.